It's all up to you. That's the cool thing about this recipe. The cool thing about any recipe. Any cooking recipe. Baking is different. Baking is exact. I don't like baking that much. It's too exact for me. It's two rules. Cooking is supposed to be just fun, loose. You know, you go with the flow, go with the punches. Hey guys, this week we'll be going over my current favorite rice recipe. Rice is one of those things that for a lot of us in the Hispanic community, there's a million different ways to make it. You always have Asian rices that are really fun. So there's a million different ways to make it. I have a few recipes of my own that I like. This is the current one, like I said, that I'm most enjoying right now. So I wanted to share with you guys. Maybe I'll share some more in the future. Who knows? But this is a really cool two-part recipe. What I'm showing you today will have two completely different recipes that are gonna come together to make this cool, I'm not gonna say it's chimichurri rice because chimichurri is a very specific thing and it requires more stuff than I have here, other stuff that I just don't want in this recipe. But we're gonna make a kind of chimichurri sauce and then some rice, add them together, but you can take the chimichurri sauce, quasi-chimichurri sauce recipe that I'm giving you and add it to chicken, put it on top of some stuff, put it on top of that stuff, whatever you want. And you can take the rice recipe and not add anything to it and just have plain rice, whatever you want. But I'm putting them together at the end and I think it comes out pretty cool. It's an awesome, just, I don't know, it's a cool recipe. I don't got anything else to say about this because it's pretty straightforward. You're gonna need, for this recipe, a few things. Specifically for the chimichurri sauce, you're gonna need some cilantro, parsley. We're going for the curly parsley, not Italian parsley. Italian parsley has a very different flavor than we're going for today. You're gonna need 2 limes, a white onion, garlic, olive oil, and some red wine vinegar. And then for the rice, you're gonna need a cup measured rice, some garlic as well, some olive oil as well, and some salt. I'm doing a cup of rice today, just because it makes everything pretty easy to measure for the video. We don't always make a cup of rice here, sometimes half a cup, sometimes 2 cups, depending if there's more people here, whatever it is. So however much rice you're making, you know, just subtract or divide, do the math. It's easy, it's not very complicated. As far as the chimichurri sauce today, the portion size that we're making is more than you're gonna need for just the rice, and that's on purpose. I like to use it a lot in other stuff. I like to marinate my chicken in it. I like to throw it over some steak. So I'm purposely making more so that you can keep some at home and then try it on different stuff. Oh, you're also gonna need a jar for the chimichurri sauce and a blender. Let me grab the blender. Okay. Jar. Okay, I got everything I need. Yes, I do. So let's do this. So let's get stuff out of the way. So we're gonna start with cilantro. Get yourself a measuring cup of some kind. This guy, 1 cup. Okay, you're gonna get about 2 cups, and the way you measure it, you'll see in recipes sometimes it'll be like 2 cups of this or a cup of that packed. You'll find like packed brown sugar or something. That's when you like, it's not gonna be, you don't want it loose. You wanna kinda like press it down and see that it fills up the cup. That's what it means to pack. That might sound very obvious to a lot of you guys out there. It was not obvious for me. It took me a while to figure that out. So we're not going for like super packed, but I'm almost there. See, just a little more. So that's about a cup. Let's see. Yeah, it's about a cup. So we'll throw 1 cup and we'll make, like I said, 2 cups of cilantro. You know what? Who knew? It's about a whole bushel. Bushel. Is that the term? Yeah. It's about a whole sprig. No, a sprig is a little bit of it. Okay. So all that. We're gonna do 1 cup of the curly parsley. And you don't have to chop anything. Well, you're gonna chop the onion a little bit, but the blender will do most of the chopping, obviously. And That's about a cup. There we go. Now we're gonna do, this is, I would say, close to a medium-sized onion, maybe small. It's about halfway. So we're gonna do about half of this, and then taste. And if it needs more onion, we'll add some more. The onion flavor will be obvious. It'll be strong, so you don't want too much. You don't want too much of the onion, especially if you're putting this directly onto meats to be eaten as a sauce. Like if you've cooked your steak and then you toss this on top, too much onion is gonna be too strong, and then you won't be able to talk to the person next to you. But if you're cooking it like we are with the rice, a little more onion won't hurt it. It'll be nice. So I'm going lighter since I'm using this for both. So we'll do half an onion. As always, peel your onions. We don't want leathery onions. They're gross. I'm just gonna cut it, kind of quarter it, help the blender out a little bit. Next, we're gonna do a cup. We're gonna do 1 cup of olive oil. I recommend extra virgin olive oil. Okay. So a cup of olive oil. And then we're gonna do half a cup of red wine vinegar. Okay, and 2 limes. So we have this little tool. Slight tangent. There's a lot of tools that are marketed for use in the kitchen. A lot of them are pretty stupid. They don't really work very well, and the intended purpose can usually be done very easily with a basic tool from the kitchen. This is not one of those. This is a lemon lime squeezer. It is amazing. We got it, and it squeezes so much of the juice out so quickly. Demonstration. Nice. That was the grip I should have been using the whole time. Last but not least, about a tablespoon of garlic, 3 to 4 garlic cloves. Cool. And then throw the lid on there and hope that it blends. Just kidding, it should blend. I'm gonna pause for a second. It's a beautiful day outside. It's like 65 degrees, 60 degrees, something like that. We have our windows wide open. It's amazing, the wind's coming in. However, someone is moving and they are dragging stuff up and down their truck. If you hear it in the video, just know that's what it is. So when you're blending stuff, if you have low, medium, high, I have low, medium, high on here, or chop, mince, whatever, there should be very distinct speeds. Start with low, chops it, then go to medium, then go to high in about a 45-second total time. So every like 10 seconds, go up a step. It'll produce the best blend. There was 1 piece of cilantro holding on for dear life. Quickly just push everything down. Ooh, yeah. And then just a quick blend to make sure that these other guys don't get left out. Awesome. Move some stuff out of the way. Sometimes I get kind of messy. I can think better. Sometimes when things get too cluttered. So now that we're done, I'm just gonna pour. Perfect. Just enough left for the rice. I never tasted. I was supposed to taste. Huh. That came out pretty good. So yeah, before you pour it all in there, make sure you taste. If it needs more garlic, go for more garlic. If you think it needs more lime, go for more lime. But that tastes really good. Sometimes I'm surprised, even though I do the exact same thing, I'm like, oh wow, that came out pretty good. You can, like I said, you can pour this over some freshly cooked skirt steak. Skirt steak's really good. You can marinate some chicken in this. You can throw it over cooked chicken as well. Throw this in anything, and it just tastes really good. Well, not anything. Don't put this in cookies. So next step for today is rice. So we're gonna head on over here, and I'm gonna get all of this in a little container. You want to get your pot, put it to 50%, put some oil in there, and then you're gonna throw about tablespoon of garlic. This is gonna go quick. Saute it around. Not even 10 seconds. Then you're gonna throw your rice in. You're gonna toss that around. Make sure it gets covered in the oil, in the garlic. We're gonna throw some salt, a couple pinches, nothing, not too much. And then the water. I have here a cup and a half. Throw that in, and you're gonna stir. Once all the water's in, bring it up to a boil. Now, while this heats up, I can talk about this. There's different methods for how to cook rice. 1-to-1 water to rice. 1 cup of water, 1 cup of rice. There's 1-for-2 rice to water. 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. I like to do 1 to 1.5. That's what I have found on my stovetop, my pot, everything. I found that creates the best rice. Trial and error, test. Try this way. If it's too watery, too mushy, the rice comes out too sticky. It's not sushi, you're not going for sushi rice. Do a little less water. If it comes out too dry, do a little more water. It's a trial and error. The goal of this period right now is to get it to a boil. Once it gets to a boil, we're gonna go for about 30 seconds in a boil, and then stir, then we'll lid, and then we're gonna go to about a 2. This is a quick and fast operation. If you're using a stainless steel pot like I am, it helps to stir every once in a while, making sure nothing's sticking to the bottom. It's starting to boil. We're gonna let it boil for just a second, not too long. You can stir once or twice. And it's been boiling now for about 30 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds. At this point, we can lid, and we'll bring it down to, I have it at 2.5, and we'll let it sit. Give about 10 minutes, and it should be good. At the risk of letting out a little steam, I do recommend, if you're using stainless steel, at about, in about 5 minutes, take the lid off real quick, stir real quick, and put the lid back on, and let it sit for a little more. It'll help not make the rice stick. So yeah, now we just wait for a good 10 minutes. So it's been about 3 to 4 minutes, and as you can see, it's stopped bubbling a little bit. There's these little holes, pockets of steam coming out. At this point, we can take the lid off real quick and stir. Whoa. So you can see that was a lot of steam, but this is gonna really ensure that your rice doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. And now we just wait. We can lower it just a little bit to about a 2, and we just wait until it's done. Maybe about 5 more minutes or so, give or take. Almost there, almost done. Cool, so it's been about 10 minutes since we started. I can take the lid off now real quick, and that's perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. It doesn't look too wet, too mushy. In my opinion, the best way to know that rice is done is to just try it. You don't want it to be grainy at all. When you bite into it, I don't know how to explain it. It's just rice. When you bite into it, you don't want to feel like, you obviously don't want any crunch. Sometimes undercooked rice will have like a sandiness to it. You don't want that. You also don't want it to be too mushy, but if you follow these steps, it should come out pretty much right. So now, this is the cool part. We're gonna take about half a cup of this sauce. I know this container is about a cup, so I'm gonna do about half of it, and we're just gonna toss it right in. I should say, we're gonna start with half a cup, and then taste and see where we're at. Let's just stir it in real quick, and then see how we're looking. So you're going for a very consistent spread of the sauce. You can go for more or less depending on what you like. If you like the flavor, if you want more, taste it now. See if you want more of the sauce. If you want more, put more. So there you go. Quick, awesome chimichurri rice. I don't know, it's not really chimichurri. You know what? I'm gonna go with it. It's chimichurri rice. It's my chimichurri rice. But if you look up another recipe, they might tell you to put jalapenos in it. They might tell you to put a little more, a little less of what I did. So I'm gonna go with it. This is my recipe. One good thing about this rice is eat it with tacos or homemade burritos. It actually pairs really well with my beans recipe. You click up there, you'll go see that recipe. Put those two together in a homemade burrito. Awesome recipe. But hope you guys like this. If you do make this, please post it on Instagram and tag us at Slightly Better Kitchen. Also, make sure you like this video. And also, if you enjoy this recipe and have enjoyed some of my other recipes, consider subscribing. I would appreciate that. I'm gonna be putting out videos weekly with different cool recipes that I think are fun to make. So, hope you guys enjoy it and have a nice day.